Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Hornets Hockey Network, your primary peer-reviewed source for all things Hornets hockey. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer Fu-Mei, Tung, and tonight we're in round 2 of the sectional tournament. We're back here in Beeville for tonight's quarterfinals matchup between the Beeville Bees and your FM Hornets. As we get into our scouting report, we'll show you how this contest is stacking up and how the cards may be stacking against these FM Hornets. Coming into the sectional tournament, the Beeville Bees stand at a record of 16-2-1. Due to the fact that they clinched the number 2 seed in Division 1, they got a bye from the first round. But they still had games to play this week. Last time they hit the ice, however, it was the Skaneateles Lakers putting the Bees in their place, as the Lakers took the victory 5-2 in Skaneateles. Will this put them on the back foot for this bout? We'll have to find out. Meanwhile, we went to talk to Beeville head coach Mark Lloyd and asked him if he had 3 keys for his team in this game. He gave us these. Key number 1 for Beeville, playing their game. Key number 2, sticking to their systems. And key number 3, play tight defensively. We'll see if these Bees can stick to these keys during tonight's game. Riding on a high, these FM Hornets are in the best shape performance-wise that we've seen all season, as they come off the back of their best run of games this season, winning the last 4 against Mohawk Valley, Liverpool, RFA, and the wildcard contest against Fulton. However, the regular season wasn't much of a winning one. They enter this building with a record of 8-12, not a bad record, but nothing to write home about. While they may not be the dominant 3rd seed team that they were last time the sectional tournament occurred, this young Hornets team has certainly grown here and there in the strength over the course of this season. This has been to the point where various news outlets have taken note, namely the local Post-Standard. In a recent playoff preview article on Syracuse.com, they listed these FM Hornets as the dark horse of Division 1. But even with their recent success, they still have quite the mountain to climb. We talked to Hornets head coach, the Wiz himself, Jim Wisnowski, and asked him if he had 3 keys for the Hornets in tonight's matchup. He replied with these. Key number 1 for the Hornets, take time and space away. Key number 2, play within themselves. And key number 3, win the neutral zone. We hope that these FM Hornets can keep to the keys that their coach has outlined for them. When last put head-to-head earlier this season, it was Beeville who came out on top, winning 3-0 against the FM. It should be noted, however, that the Hornets' only goal that game was called off by the officials, who couldn't see that clearly. The net was knocked off the pegs after the puck crossed the line. What's more, the Hornets were able to keep the Bees scoreless in the second period of said game. Keep in mind, this was only the 3rd game that these new Hornets had played together. When put against a similar opponent, however, things start to look up for these Hornets. When faced off against Liverpool, both the Hornets and the Bees did take victory, the Hornets winning 4-0 and the Bees winning 5-1. Keep that one in mind, the Bees let in 1 against the far inferior Liverpool Warriors, while the Hornets, thanks to goaltender Chris Finger, kept the Warriors scoreless. And both teams were able to beat Liverpool by a margin of 4. For another comparison, when pitted against Watertown IHC, the Beeville Bees were only able to put 5 on the board, while the Hornets put up 9. It seems that these Beeville Bees have stumbled here and there on the road to this game. The questions that remain, will that recent blow from Skaneateles set these Bees back? And if so, can the Hornets take advantage of it? Let's head down to ice level to see who it is that may be responsible. In the hive of the Bees, the high point scored certainly reflects their winning record. At the top of it all sits senior forward, number 9, Matt Carner. He leads both the points totals and the goal column with his 22 goals and 10 assists, scoring 32 points. Just behind him, though, sits sophomore forward, number 18, Sam Siapa, with 30 points to his name. With those 30 being in the form of 15 goals and 15 assists, he leads the assist column for the Bees. But these Bees aren't merely a team of 2. In fact, the next 5 down in points have had excellent showings this season. Names like number 23, Keegan Lynch, with 22 points, 14, Reese Gilmore with 20, 21, Braden Penderfeather Stevenson with 19, 20, Cole Schuyler with 18, and 24, Matt Fawaz with 16. All should be watched out for in this game. Back in the goalie department, the Bees have a few workers that they have relied on in this season. Sophomore number 1, John Shermer, seemingly earning that number, has played 554 minutes this season. During those, he has faced 248 shots, made 229 saves, and a save percentage of .923. Second in line then, sophomore number 33, Patrick Morgan, has played 255 minutes this season. In those minutes, he's faced 129 shots, made 118 saves, and garnered a save percentage of .915. Not to be counted out, though, junior number 31, Leo Legault, has played in only 110 minutes this year, equivalent to about 2 games. But in those 2 games, he's faced 37 shots, but in making 35 saves, he gets the highest save percentage here, that being .946. But one has to wonder why these shot numbers seem so low for this time in the season. The total number of shots seen by these 3 only amounts to 414, an average of only 21 per game. One would, of course, think that the defense may play a huge role in that lack of shots. We, of course, have seen that the defense of the Hornets hasn't been the most effective, shall we say, resulting in a shots on goal count of 823, nearly double that of Beeville in just as many games. What's more, the defensive members of the Bees have put their fair share of points on the board, leading one to believe that the defensive end of the Bees have helped their goaltenders achieve such high percentages. We'll have to see if such a hypothesis proves true here tonight. Buzzing on over to the Hornets, and the lead in points has changed hands. Leading in goals and now points is senior forward, number 6, Jonas Osterley. He has put 11 goals on the board and earned 6 assists for a points total of 17. But he'll have to resort to scoring outright in this game, as this could be his last game of his high school career if he keeps to his fancy ways. Against low-caliber teams, he's decided to take it up the ice himself and pull his signature between-the-legs scoring method. But he'll be lucky if he gets such an opportunity here tonight, as these Bees will not tolerate such embarrassment, and as such, will work to quickly put him down on the ice. We know that he has the ability to do it. He just needs to realize that goals are goals, no matter how they come. Someone who certainly is aware of this fact, though, is the assists leader, now points runner-up, sophomore forward number 10, Joey Lebroni. He has had quite the breakout season as one of the young guns on this Hornets team. Sitting at 16 points with 6 goals and 10 assists, he's been known to put on the speed and outdrag many a player to the puck. Offering quick and efficient scoring chances, he seems the antithesis then to his counterpart, Jonas Osterley. Who will make the greater contribution then? We'll have to see. Backing up these Hornets, however, is a star in his own right. The Hornets don't have the luxury of several goalies at their disposal. They only have one. But what a goalie that is. I talk, of course, about sophomore goaltender number 31, Chris Finger. As was mentioned before, the Hornets have faced 823 shots on goal this season. As Chris Finger is the only goaltender in the Hornets arsenal, he has faced every one of them. He has played for 1,019 minutes this season. That's the equivalent of nearly 17 hours, over 2/3 of a full day guarding the net for the Hornets. Over those 1,000 minutes of goaltending, he has faced all 823 shots that have been put up against the Hornets. But he also has made 742 saves over the course of this season, a number with which he leads the section. With all the defensive woes that he has faced, these numbers leave him with a save percentage of .901. Mighty impressive for a goaltender lacking the kind of defense that the Bees have given their netminders. But all these numbers can only tell us what happened yesterday. Let's find out what will happen today as we get set for the opening announcements and our national anthem. Didn't hear the last speaker? Still wondering who will hit the ice first? Well, look no further because it's time for your starting lineups. Starting in goal for the Beeville Bees is number 33, Patrick Morgan. Starting at defense is number 17, Trevor Sutton. Also at defense is number 4, Garrett Church. Starting at forward, number 20, Cole Schuyler. Also starting forward, number 21, Braden Penafeather Stevenson. Lastly, starting at forward is number 23, Keegan Lynch. And now the starting lineup for your FM Hornets. Starting in goal, number 31, Chris Finger. Starting at defense, number 22, Gavin Patnode. Also at defense, number 21, Walker Thompson. Starting at forward, number 4, Jack Lollick. Also starting forward, number 26, Brady Moore. And last but not least, starting forward, number 5, Nico Capriati. And unfortunately, I don't have much time for the rest of my intro here, as Beeville quickly winning that faceoff back. They'll get it into the Hornets' end. Gavin Patnode will go to chase it, but getting right in on his Penafeather Stevenson and putting his shot on early was number 23, Keegan Lynch. Lynch with it now. Sends it in. Pads it by Chris Finger. He'll put it into the corner. Back to the point man. Sutton with it. Back into the corner. Walker Thompson trying to put some pressure on. Lollick as well. It goes all the way around there for Garrett Church. Sending it back around, though. Brady Moore with it now, trying to get it out of the FM end. Walker Thompson trying to get it out. Stopping it there is Braden Penafeather Stevenson. He'll come back into the corner. Trying to send it towards the center there. Gets intercepted by one of the sticks of the FM Hornets. And it's saved by Chris Finger. As Cole Schuyler put on a shot quick. And these Beeville Bees are coming out swinging here. Getting it quickly into the Hornets end. The Hornets just trying to get it out of the zone. Face off now to the left of Chris Finger. Both of them took a swing at it early, but winning that back is the Hornets. Brian Tonkovich sending it off the boards there. Golden Ives sending it over to Osterley. Osterley trying to get it off the boards there, but Beeville will keep it in the corner. Tonkovich sending it all the way around there, this time for Joey Leveroni. He tried to get it upwards, but Beeville will keep it back in. Tonkovich sending it over for Lorraine, who gets some pressure put on, and Beeville will take that into the corner, possessing themselves a hit put on by Jonas Osterley. But Beeville will get it back towards the center. FM getting that possession back, and they will get it out of the zone here. Beeville having to readjust here, but here comes Jonas Osterley coming back in, and he is tripped right at the top of the circles there. But Beeville trying to get that possession back. A big hit put on by Jimmy Reynolds. FM trying to control it in the Beeville end, but taking it out there is Sam Siapa. He'll come up the side into the Hornets end, putting a shot on. It's turned away by Finger. Lorraine trying to get it over for Joey Leveroni. It just missed his skates, and that that icing, I should say, is waved off. Beeville coming back in, courtesy of Brody Cookie. Beeville trying to get it towards the center there. No shot yet. Now a shot. Save made by Chris Finger nonetheless. $14:59 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. Beeville are storming forward here. FM trying to win it back. Getting it into the other corner there was Walker Thompson, but keeping it in for Beeville is Jake Jipe. Getting it out though, the Hornets. Coming up, Will Sanzone in the zone. Sending it towards the center. Connor McDonald is unable to carry it. And Fernando Moreno will come up the side for Beeville, getting a hit put on him by Patnode. Moreno getting it in the corner, sending it across there for Jake Jipe. He sets the shot, and it's saved by the glove of Chris Finger. Rather fortunate for the conscience of the Hornets here that they are not counting shots here. So many already in the first 3 minutes of this game have been put on by Beeville, just due to the fact that they keep it in the zone and they shot it and it went off of a deflection. I believe that was a skate of a Hornet up into the netting. It'll go back right where it started. Face off to the left of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. One back by Beeville. They'll try to take it across the circle there. They send it in towards Chris Finger, but he will cover. Face off now to the right of Chris Finger, due to the fact that he saved that on the right side of his crease. FM winning it back, courtesy of Jonas Osterley. Gets it over for Joey Leveroni, who tried to smack that out of the zone there, but keeping it in was Garrett Church. FM trying to get it out there. They do, but at a cost. That will be an icing. That'll go all the way back into their end. 13:59 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. Referee blowing his whistle here. I believe for a bit of a false start. Yes, sir. That Beeville center will be thrown out. Beeville winger there creeping in and putting a shot on. It'll go wide into the corner. FM trying to get it out there. Joey Leveroni working to his heart's content. It'll go back for Cold Knives. He sends it over for Charlotte Lorraine. Lorraine looking across here. Looking over his options, turns back around for some more room. Keegan Lynch, though, quick to put some pressure on it. Charlotte Lorraine is down. Lynch comes back in with it, but he bobbles it. Feather Stevenson will try to make up for it. Sending it over for Garrett Church. Church with a shot. Save made by Finger. Charlotte Lorraine getting it back after he rather wiped out there near the blue line. Feather Stevenson with it now in the corner, getting some pressure put on by Lorraine and Osterley. Stevenson toward the center there, but Golden Ives will get it out of the Hornets' end. And Garrett Church will be forced to chase as the FM Hornets getting a line change here. Coming back in with it, though, is Reese Gilmore. He will send it into the corner. Going in to get it is Sam Siapa. Siapa towards the center there. No shot will come for it. It'll go all the way over to the other boards. Connor McDonald now chipping it out. Up for Michael LeDuc. LeDuc trying to come across there, but Sam Siapa intercepting it. Now Patno taking it in. LeDuc with a shot, and it's saved by Patrick Morgan. Eville working a breakout here. It doesn't quite work the way they hoped it would, but they will get it out of their zone nonetheless. Coming back in with it. Reese Gilmore trying to get it towards the center there. It's knocked away by the Hornet, and it's off the mask there of Michael LeDuc as a big shot came from number 25 there, Beeville. Beeville back up to the point. He bobbles it, and here comes Connor McDonald. Oh, and he's in. Shot. Save made by Patrick Morgan. Back up with it now. Beeville trying to get it back into the FM end. They do, but denying them any further entry was Gavin Patno. He'll send it all the way back down. Beeville will have to start again. Lawlick getting it off there on the board, sending it towards the center. Gabriotti tried to hammer that home, but no dice. FM trying to work it in the corner here as some pressure's put on from Fernando Moreno and a number of those Beeville Bees. FM will try to send it towards the center. Keeping it in, though, is Brian Tonkovich. Beeville coming off the boards with it, getting it out of their end. Brian Tonkovich will have to chase it along with Charlie Lorraine on his other side. Tonkovich off the boards there. Up for now Nico Capriati. Lawlick will pick it up and get it out of the Hornets' end. Up to Brady Moore on the other side of the ice. He's in the Beeville zone here, trying to get a shot on, but it goes wide behind the net. Beeville will pick it up. Looking to make a breakout here. Off the boards. Osterley intercepting it, though. He loses it. And coming back up with it is Keegan Lynch. Lynch coming into the Hornets zone here. Takes a shot, and it goes wide of the net. Gavin Patno will pick it up. Trying to send it to the other side, but Keegan Lynch is in with speed, putting some pressure on. Getting it up for Nico Capriati, over for Colton Ives. Ives putting it right on the stick there. Number 12, Brian Yeager. And Beeville will come back in, but that will be an offsides. As I believe Keegan Lynch, number 23, entered that zone a little bit too early. With 10:39 left to go in the first. Face-offs in the neutral zone across from the Hornets bench. FM winning it to the side there. Lebroni getting it up the ice, but Beeville will get a bit of a neutral zone regroup here. They get it into the Hornets' end. Matt Fawaz putting it into the corner now. Leveroni going for it as hard as he can. Trying to get it up the boards here. But Beeville will send it back behind the net. Walker Thompson sending it around for Colton Ives. He gets it off his stick there, but the point will shoot. Save made by Finger. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the Hornets' end. Face off one to the side there by Beeville. But getting into the corner is the Hornets. Sand zone off the boards, up for Connor McDonald there. He tried to get a breakout going, but coming around with it is Sam Siapa, shooting and save made by Finger. It's Reese Gilmore sending it back. Back to Siapa, shoots, save made by Finger. They'll have to go the other way with it. Working behind the net, getting some pressure from Patno. Comes out for Siapa. Redirected shot there is saved by Chris Finger. Michael LeDuc bringing it out of the Hornets' end. But that will be a waved off icing. It's number 17, Trevor Sutton with it now. Trying to take that is Connor McDonald. He will take it. Sending it towards the center, but it's blocked by the stick of Patrick Morgan. Getting a shot there was Will Sanzone. They'll go all the way over the boards, and Sam Siapa, the Bevo Bees, coming in with speed. Shot, save, made by Finger. It'll go to the other boards. Into the corner now. Charlotte Lorraine putting some pressure on. As Cole Schuyler went in for that puck in the corner. Coming out with it there is Charlotte Lorraine trying to make some moves. But Keegan Lynch keen to put some pressure on. Went off the skate there of Brady Moore. And now off the skate of a ref. Beaver will take it back in courtesy of Keegan Lynch. Back to Schuyler. But it's taken away by Brady Moore by putting a hit on. Keeping that in was Leo Vona. Hannah Feather Stevenson and Charlotte Lorraine getting tangled up behind the net. Hannah Feather Stevenson coming out with it. Off the boards. Up to the point man. Point man shoots, but it's redirected wide of the net. Keegan Lynch will go to get it. Facing some pressure now from Charlotte Lorraine, but Brady Moore getting it off the boards and getting it out of the zone. Beaver will have to regroup. Getting it off the other side. Looking over his options. Trying to send it over for Hannah Feather Stevenson. Well, the Hornets will send that out, and in fact, out of play. Hitting the wall above the Hornets bench. 8:20 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. Face off one forward by Beeville, trying to get a shot on here. They work it behind the net. Looking over his options, sends it off the boards. Trying to get it out, though, or two of the Hornets there. Capriotti and Brady Moore. Coming out with it, though, is Beeville. Up to the point, man. Shoots it. Save made by the glove of Finger. .804 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. And that referee sends out the center of Beeville again. Maybe they should stop cheating in. Beeville getting it in the corner. Walker Thompson, though, trying to put some pressure on, and so does Jonas Oshley. Coming out, though, is Beeville. Up to Jenny Reynolds. He gets in his skates, but does control it, putting it back behind the net, sending it back towards the center. Shot, save, made by Finger, and another shot. It's still there in the center, back out to the point. Shot, and it's off the shin there of Joey Lebroni. He will send it all the way down for the FM Hornets, and that'll be an icing. Quite interesting here. Apart from the usual two referees that high school games get, we have two referees and a linesman. So 3 officials in all on the ice. Beeville winning it to the side. Sam Siapa sending it back around. Trying to get an interception going there was Charlotte Lorraine. Sending it back up is Jonas Oshley. Beeville will send it back on net, but it'll go over and back to the other point. Point man, back to the center. Back to the corner, I should say. Beeville working it with Sam Siapa, sending it towards the center. Shot, save, made by the pad of Finger. It'll go all the way back out for Trevor Sutton. He'll take his shot, but it's off the legs there of Colton Ives. He keeps it right where it is, but Beeville will send it back in. Trying to send it across there. Beeville get it off the boards. It's deflected up into the glass. Siapa back to Sutton. Shot, save, made by Finger. It's still in the center there. They tried to get it out, and they get it out towards the boards. D-Man trying to put a shot on now, but it's fluffed, and it gets almost out of the zone as Sam Siapa dances it across the blue line. He's the only one still in the FM Hornets zone, but he is putting on some pressure. Charlotte Lorraine trying to send it up there. Keegan Lynch keeping it in, but that will be an offsides. Face off in the neutral zone across from the Hornets bench. Beeville winning it back. Braden Feather Stevenson getting it in the zone. Teddy Smart sending it way out there. The linesman deems it a no icing. Beeville with it in the corner, coming out with it. Again, the same problem as last time. I'm not quite able to see into that far corner there just due to the size of Beeville's student section. Hornets working it behind the net here, but putting on some aggressive pressure there is Beeville. Keegan Lynch coming out with it in the corner, sending it across, but unable to get it is Jamie Jipe. Keeping it in, though, is Braden Stevenson. He'll come into the corner, sending it back up to the point man. Point man takes a half-hearted shot there. Michael Leduc still with it. Tried to dump it in there, but it's stopped by Beeville. They will get it the other way. Keegan Lynch with it, dumping it in. Over for Charlotte Lorraine. He tried to go the other way, but still got caught up by Keegan Lynch. It'll go back to Lorraine. He will send it all the way around. And keeping it in was Jimmy Reynolds. Back around for the Hornets. They will get it out of the zone there. It's number 25, Brody Cookie. Kept it right at that red line, and Beeville will send it back in. But Brian Tonkovich send it all the way around there. Keeping it in is Beeville. And number 5, Braden Evans. Leduc send it over for Tonkovich. Tonkovich trying to get it up for Lawlick at least. Lawlick trying to get a bit of an interception going there in the middle. But coming out with it is Fernando Moreno. Off the skate, though, of Jack Lawlick. Moreno tried to put a hit on, but he only hit the stick. Beeville trying to do a regroup here. Coming through the neutral zone. Fluky with it. Coming around, looking over his options. Sends it around the circles. Tried to get it back across, but it's no dice. The FM Hornets will intercept it, sending it out of the zone here. Picking it up, though, is Trevor Sutton off the boards. Gavin Patno picking it up for the Hornets. Trying to leave it for Colton Ives there. But Beeville trying to get it out of their zone here as Colton Ives putting on some pressure. A big hit there from Trevor Sutton. Colton Ives sees a phase, though. Coming back in, Walker Thompson with the shot. It'll go all the way over, but it won't hit the net. Beeville getting out of their own zone rather desperately now. And that will be an icing. .3:58 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Patrick Morgan in the Beeville end. Beeville tying it up, winning it forward, but keeping that in is Charlotte Rain. Getting it back, though, is Reese Gilmore. Gilmore getting it high and out there. It'll touch one of the banners in the rafters. That'll be out of play. Face off to the left this time. Patrick Morgan. Getting it towards him there was the Hornets. Beeville working in the corner there. Looking for a breakout. They get it to the other side there. Charlotte Lorraine with it now, taking it the other way. But Beeville will send it back over towards Teddy Smart. He'll get it off the boards. Joey Lebroni get it out the blue line. Back to Smart. Smart looking over his options. Tries to be smart with it. He sends it up for Joey Leveroni, and they will get it into Beeville's end. Quite the smart move from Teddy Smart. Beeville getting a breakout going here, sending it to the other side. Intercepting it was Patnode. He'll send it on the goal there. And Patrick Morgan will have to cover that as Patnode came in quick. Face off to the right of Patrick Morgan. One to the side there. Taking it in his sand zone. Saved, though, by Patrick Morgan. .2:58 left to go in the first period of play. Face off to the right of Patrick Morgan in Beeville's end. Putting it forward there with the Hornets right towards the net of Patrick Morgan. Keeping it in, though, is Walker Thompson. Sending it back on net, but taking that first is Jake Jipe. He'll send it up for Braden Pennyfeather Stevenson. Patno, though, trying to get it back into the zone here. Patno getting it back along the Hornets blue line here. And still, these neutral zone battles. Dumping it in there was Leo Vona of the Beeville Bees. Sending it back up for Michael Leduc, though. Hornets getting it out of their own end. Will Sanzone coming across the side, sending it, dumping it in, and all three of those forwards will go to change. They better do it quickly because here comes Beeville up with a breakout. Courtesy of Jake Jipe. He'll put it in. Blocker saved by Chris Finger. He'll put it in the corner. Charlotte Lorraine sending it around for Brady Moore. Brady Moore trying to get it off the boards here. It goes back through Charlotte Lorraine. Lorraine getting it out of the FM end. He'll send it deep in. Charlotte Lorraine having a little interaction with the Beeville bench here. Brian Tonkovich keeping it in with a shot, but Keegan Lynch able to get it up there. And Brayden Evans is all alone. And a stick there, shot scores. And the breakout effort from Beeville will pay off. Braden Penafeather Stevenson. That'll be his 6th goal of the year. .142 though left to go in this first period of play. Beeville winning it back, getting it off the boards there. Kevin Patnode denying it at the blue line. Denying it again, though, was Jonas Osterley. Beeville sending it off the same boards over there. Walker Thompson bobbling it there. Fernando Moreno in to put some pressure on quick. Golden Knives trying to get it out there. Keeping it in, though, is Beeville. Fernando Moreno trying to put a shot on, but Joey Lebroni, he loses it right at the blue line, and that will be an offsides, as Lebroni was still in that zone. Face off in the neutral zone across from Beeville's bench here. Beeville winning it forward, trying to get it down the ice here. They send it in. Kevin Patnode's unable to stop it again at the blue line. Going in for some pressure, though, Sam Ciappa, he will pickpocket it from Patnode. Patnode trying to pickpocket again from him. Golden Knives trying to get it along the boards there, but it goes back for Patnode behind the goal there. It'll go off a stanchion right into the center of the ice. Getting it back towards the goal there was Beeville, but covering it is Chris Finger. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. And the FM Hornets end with 50.1 seconds left to go in the first period. And again, the Beeville center is knocked out. You have to stop cheating in at the top of the circle there. Keegan Lynch getting it up the boards. Joey Leveroni, though, taking it for the Hornets. Dumping it in now. He'll go to chase it himself. Jimmy Reynolds with it there. Leveroni coming out with it, sending it to the center there. And Jonas actually tried to put a shot on, but Beeville will get it around there. Brian Tonkovich will pinch, and he and Golden Knives will keep it in the zone with 25 seconds left to go in the first. Beeville trying to get it out here. They do. But it'll go to the stick of Charlotte Lorraine rather slowly, enabling those Beeville Bees to get some pressure put on. Jimmy Reynolds coming back in with it. But coming across is Charlotte Lorraine. He'll put it up and over those Beeville Bees. Beeville getting it back in their own end, getting it out of their own end, up the ice here, putting a shot on, and it'll go over the net, and we will run out of time here in the first period of play. And after one, in which Beeville put on quite a bit of pressure here, the score is only 1-0, but in favor of Beeville. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back for second period of action here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Stay tuned. We'll be back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. We're here in Beeville at the Three Rivers Athletic Complex for period 2 between the Beeville Bees and your FM Hornets. The score after one is 1-0. Hornets and Bees getting their warm-ups in before this second period of play. Oh boy, that first period is anything to go by. We've got quite the game brewing up here in Beeville. That second period of action is here on the Hornets Hockey Network. And as is tradition in the game of hockey, for this second period of play, we will switch sides. The Hornets will now be going to your right, and the Beeville Bees will be going to your left. We're already here, and second period of action is underway as Beeville wins it back. For 17, Trevor Sutton getting it back into the Hornets' end here. Patno trying to get it out. A big hit, though. Put on by Cole Schuyler. Keeping it in, though, Sutton. He'll put it into the corner, though. Sending it back for Walker Thompson. Off the board for Brady Moore, but it goes up for Sutton. He shoots again. Turned away by Chris Finger. Sutton again with a shot. Turned away the same way. Keegan Lynch back up for Sutton. Back down into the corner, though, for Cole Schuyler. Getting a hit put on him by Patno there. Gavin Patno to the Hornets. And getting it out there is Lawlick and Capriati of the Hornets. Keep getting it back in, though, is Keegan Lynch. And almost getting it over for Braden Feather Stevenson. Lynch will keep it in, dancing it across that blue line here. Sending it back over, and Capriati will intercept it. And he will dump it into the zone. He will chase it, allowing the rest of his Hornets to get a change there. And Feather Stevenson coming back up. He will turn back, looking over his options as he looks back. Keeping it out there. Coming across, though. Shoots. And it's a save made by Chris Finger. .48 left to go in the second period of play. Face off to the left of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. Joey Leveroni taking it out of the zone and one single-handedly there. But getting it back in for Beeville, Jimmy Reynolds. Lorraine putting it off the backboards there. He'll get it back into the corner. Sam Siapa, though, pickpocketing it, sending it across the crease there. The Golden Knights will pick it up for the Hornets, sending it around for Joey Leveroni, and letting it out there was Kluge of Beeville, and putting some pressure on is Joey Leveroni and Jonas Osterley. Kluge will come out with it, though. Coming to the neutral zone, sending it up for Matt Fawaz. Fawaz sending it across, but no B will touch it. Instead, a Hornet will. Kluge trying to send it back in, but that'll rebound off the skate of Joey Leveroni and out of play. 15:06 left to go in this second period of play. Face off now in the end of the FM Hornets. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. Ref telling that Beeville to take it back as a shot's put on, and it's saved by Chris Finger. Face off again to the left of Chris Finger in the Hornets' end. Sending it back again, but some pressure put on by Gavin Patno. And sending it across there was Michael Leduc. It'll get momentarily into Beeville's zone. They tried to keep it in, but Beeville getting it out. Gavin Patno trying to get it along the blue line there. Michael Leduc sending it up for the Hornets, but Beeville, number 5, Braden Evans sending it back in to the Hornets' end. Sending it back to the point man. Point man shoots. Save made by Finger. .31 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. Tying it up there in the middle. Beeville winning it across, but it'll go over to the boards. Jack Lalick and Britton Penafeather Stevenson will both fight for it there, getting a little tangled up. Coming out with it, those Cole Schuyler. He'll send it towards the center. Capriati sending it back towards the boards. Keegan Lynch coming out with it, though. He will send it back behind the net. Lalick over for Lorraine, I should say. Lalick Back up for Brady Moore. He touches it here, getting it into Beeville's end. But getting it over towards the boards there was Nick Carey. Sending it back there for Cole Schuyler. He'll send it off the boards. Brian Tonkovich, though, keeping it in for the Hornets. Back over for Nick Carey. He'll send it off the skate there of Braden Penafeather-Stevenson, and it'll go into the Hornets' end. And Chris Finger, he'll choose to cover as it went right off the boards, right towards his net. Face off to the right of Chris Finger and the FM Hornets end. Putting it to the side there. Beeville trying to take control of it. They do behind the net, trying to send it out there, but it's denied by the skate of Walker Thompson. Sam Siapa with it now, looking over his options. Sending it back up, back over to the point. He takes a shot, but it's off the shin there of Joey Lebroni. It'll go back to him. He'll take another shot, but it's off a Patno this time. Patno going into the corner, coming out with it though. There's Beeville behind the net now. Jonas Osterley working his magic in the corner. Going out with it, though, is Beeville. They'll put a shot on. It's redirected right towards the net. It'll hit the outside of it, though. Back up to the point, and he loses it. And Colton Ives and Joey Leveroni are off to the races here. It's off the boards there hard. And coming back in with it for a 2-on-1 is Beeville. And blocking that pass was Walker Thompson. Well done by him. And the Hornets will send it down the length of the ice, and it's on net. That will be not an icing. And it was off the mask there. Number 17, Trevor Sutton. Patno keeping it in, putting a shot on, but it goes wide. Patno keeping it back in, getting it towards the center, though. Connor McDonald keen to put some pressure on, and Michael Leduc almost kept it in there. He'll have to retreat, though. Leduc up for McDonald. Beeville, though, regaining control of it. Trevor Sutton with it now, coming through the center. Into the Hornets' end. Towards the net. Around. Tried to get a wrap around, but no, sir. The pad of Chris Finger stopped it. And the ref stopped play due to that net being off its pegs. .12:05 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. Beeville winning it back. Keeping it in there, sending it back into the corner. Daniel Spade with it now. Coming out with it is Charlie Lorraine of the Hornets. Getting it up for Connor McDonald. He'll send it towards the center. And Will Sanzone fighting over on the boards with it. Coming out with it, though, is Braden Evans. He'll send it deep into the Hornets' end. Charlie Lorraine coming around the net with it, facing some pressure there from Braden Evans. He wants his puck back. FM sending it down the length of the ice. That will be an icing. And we'll go all the way back into the zone of the FM Hornets. With 11:32 left to go in the second. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the Hornets' end. Taking it back, there was Beeville, but getting it off the face-off was Jack Lawlick. Keegan Lynch with it now. Shot goes over the net. Well, Schuyler with it now. Coming around the net. Trying to get it cheekily behind Chris Finger there. Schuyler with it now out in the circle. It goes wide after his shot. On the boards there, keeping it in there was Cole Schuyler, but Jack Lawlick will get it out of the zone for the Hornets. And that icing will be waved off as Jake Chipe getting it over for Cole Schuyler. Schuyler off the boards and taking it in there is Brady Moore. Almost keeping it in was Walker Thompson. Lawlick trying to put some pressure on. And Teddy Smart going up against Braden Penafeather-Stevenson in the corner. Protecting that puck. He will put it the other way for the Hornets. Brady Moore with it in the corner. Looking at his options, sends it way across. Almost for Nico Capriati, though. Coming back in. Sam Siapa coming towards the net. Looking around, sending it back towards the center there, and the Hornets will send it back on the boards, and a blocker save from Chris Finger as a quick shot came from the point. Sam Siapa almost getting it there. It'll go into the corner. Walker Thompson trying to get it off the boards, and they do for the Hornets. And that will be an icing, though. It'll go back into the Hornets' end. 10-10 left to go in this second period. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. And the Hornets' end. Once again, tied up there. Beeville will win it back. Sam Siapa getting it to the point. Point man shoots, and it goes wide of the net. Sam Siapa will get it in the corner. Siapa putting it behind the net and getting a big hit put on him there was Matt Fawaz. He will get it in the corner, though. Coming out with it is Charlie Lorraine. Fawaz trying to put some pressure on without a stick. He will put Charlie Lorraine into the boards, and that will be a penalty on the Beeville Bees. And he is sending Matt Fawaz to the box. And yes, sir, number 24, Matt Fawaz, will go to the box. 2 minutes for a rough. And now, for the first time this game, the Hornets will be on the power play. Patrick Morgan talking with the ref there. He will don once again his mask as the faceoff is to his right. Face-off one back. It's Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine back to Osterley. Osterley to the shot. Save made by Patrick Morgan. Face off to the right of Patrick Morgan once again. And that Beeville center once again thrown out. Osterley winning back to Lorraine. He'll take his shot, but it's gloved up by Patrick Morgan. .9:31 left to go in the second. Face off to the right again. One back to Patnode. He'll take a shot. It tried to get a redirect there. Osterley took a shot, but it's saved by Patrick Morgan yet again. And these Hornets, while they are on a man advantage, are trying to get as many shots as they can on Patrick Morgan. And that face-off was ruled a false. And Jonas Osterley for the Hornets will be thrown out. Lebroni coming back in, winning it over for Osterley. Osterley bouncing off his stick there. Braden Panafeather Stevenson will finally get it out of the zone of Beeville. Chris Finger sending it up for Patnode. Patnode up for Osterley. Osterley over for Ives. Ives coming into the zone. Looking over his options, sending it across there, but Keegan Lynch trying to get it out, though. It's blocked by the chest. And Charlotte Lorraine as Hammond Patnode goes over. Charlotte Lorraine coming across. Shot! And it's deflected there, but it goes wide. Patnode sending it back across. And Jonas Osterley will control it in the corner. Looking over his options, sending it up for Lorraine. Lorraine trying to put a shot on. It's controlled by Osterley. He shoots, and it goes over the net. Patnode with it, sending it back across to Lorraine. Lorraine with a shot, and it's gone wide. Patnode back up for Osterley. Osterley over for Lorraine. Lorraine coming in with a shot. Patted away by Patrick Morgan. It'll go out of the zone. Jonas Osterley coming back in quick as some of Beeville goes to change. Making moves here. Looking around. Sending it back towards the center there, but it's intercepted by Keegan Lynch. He will put it into the corner. Joey Leveroni back to Osterley. Osterley trying to get it back towards him. But Braden Penafeather Stevenson picking it up behind the net. Coming out with it. And he's unable to ice it. He fumbled it there. And keeping it in was Colton Ives. Jonas Osterley over for Patnode. He puts a shot on, but it's covered by Patrick Morgan. .7:55 left to go in this second period of play. Hornets still have a power play here. But they will choose to change lines. Face out to the left of Patrick Morgan. One back by Beeville. Getting it over to Brody Cookie. He'll get it up. for number 14, Reese Gilmore. Sending it across for Sam Siapa. He's coming into the zone, but it's stopped by the Hornets. Connor McDonald trying to take it up the ice, but Sam Siapa will send it right back deep into the Hornets' end. Get it back over for Michael LeDuc. He'll get it over for Connor McDonald. Sanzone now taking it up. Sanzone in the zone with a shot. Blockered away by Patrick Morgan. Beeville trying to get it out of the zone here. It's stopped at the blue line by Teddy Smart. He'll send it back in. Beeville trying to send it the other way, though. They'll get it into open ice. Walker Thompson will send it back the other way. And Sanzone with a shot, but it goes wide of the net. Connor McDonald keeping it in that corner. Sam Siapa with it, though. Beeville sending it across. Played there. Matt Fawaz. Taking it there was Connor McDonald coming back in. Those Beeville with a shot. Blocked away by Chris Finger. Sending it back into the corner was Beeville for a bit of a change here. It went off a stanchion right to the point man there. Michael LeDuc will make efforts to get it out, but keeping it in is Jimmy Reynolds. Getting it out, though, for the Hornets is Connor McDonald as Reynolds went for a bit of a spell there. Charlotte Lorraine sending it back into the Beeville end for the Hornets. Brady Moore sending himself in for some pressure here. Charlotte Lorraine falling down, keeping it the other way, though. Jimmy Reynolds and Braden Evans will basically make a Charlotte Lorraine sandwich there on the boards. Getting it into the... And he scores! Oh, my goodness! Nico Gabriani ties the game! Oh, my goodness! And a fatal blooper for the Beeville Bees! Oh, you put it on net, it might just go in! And with 6 minutes left to go in the second, the Hornets have tied the game! Whoo! I felt my heart skip as the puck found Twine. I'm like, what? And FM winning that faceoff back, but Beeville will be more energized as ever to put one up on the board again. And the Hornets are back in this game. As if they never left, though. They've been hacking at it. They've been hacking at it all game here. Oh, boy. We've got ourselves a hockey game as Patno takes a shot, but it goes wide. Beeville with it behind the net, coming around with it. Sending it up. Patno blocking it. Sending it the other way. Leo Vona sending it up for Penafeather Stevenson. He'll send it in. Walker Thompson with it. Leaving it there. Cole Schuyler doesn't take it either. It'll go over for Gavin Patno. He'll send it off the boards for Colton Ives. He'll dump it off the boards there, but keeping it in is Beeville. And the Hornets are putting on some pressure. They'll send it around. Keeping it in, though, is Beeville, courtesy of Jake Jipe. But sending it across to the Hornets. And Colton Ives will send that off the boards. Beeville trying to send it the other way. Ostley back over to Patnode. Patnode coming through the center here. Faces some pressure, but he puts a shot on it. It goes wide. Walker Thompson keeping it in for the Hornets. Coming out with it, though, is Jake Jipe. He'll put it off the boards and out of Beeville's end. Coming out with it, though, is Jonas Osterley. He'll send it back for Charlotte Lorraine. Lorraine up and off the stick there. Connor McDonald. With 4:45 left to go in the second. Face-off is tied up there, one to the side by Beeville. They'll take it the other way quickly. Jamie Jipe with it now. Sending it into the Hornets' end. Charlotte Lorraine coming out with it. Tried to send it off the boards there. Will Sanzone trying to work it out of the zone. Lorraine over for Tonkovich. Tonkovich, though, faces some pressure from Reese Gilmore. They'll send it back towards the center. It's on the skate there of Will Sanzone. Taking a shot, though, is Trevor Sutton. They'll go wide into the corner. Coming out with it, though, Number 14, Reese Gilmore, coming out with it. Siapa with a shot, but it goes wide off that shallow angle. Keeping it in, though, is Beeville. Coming around with it. Garrett Church on the circle. Drops it there for Trevor Sutton. He'll walk in and shoot, but it goes way up high over the netting there and into the crowd. .354 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. One to the side of the Hornets. Walker Thompson sending it off the boards there. Nico Capriati sending it off the boards up for Jack Lalick. Lalick sending it across there. Brady Moore going for it quickly. And he is in, and he's there's a hit there from Trevor Sutton. He's back in behind the net there. Pat Node sending it back into the corner. Brady Moore with it now on the boards. Beeville, though, coming back out with it. Lalick stopping it on the boards. Back out for open ice, though. Kevin Patnode getting it back off the boards there after a failed dump-in attempt. And Beeville will be suffered from an offsides call there. As number 5, Braden Evans, did not have that puck as he went in, as the Hornets were able to hold it on the blue line there. Face off, one to the back by FM. Taking it in, though. Braden Penafeather Stevenson. Jonas Ashley with it now, trying to send it over for Joey Lebroni. Coming out with it is Lebroni. He'll keep it in the zone here. Trying to come around the net there, but he doesn't have that puck. Keeping it in there. Brian Tonkovich with a shot turned away by Patrick Morgan, I should say. Well, Skyler facing a hit from Jonas Ashley here. Ashley still almost with it there. Off the skate, though, of Golden Knives. The Hornets keeping it in the zone, though. And Charlie Lorraine with a shot. Gloved down by Patrick Morgan. 2:37 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the left of Patrick Morgan in the Beeville end. Beeville winning it back into the corner. Going to get it, though, is Nico Capriati. Brady Moore now facing some pressure as Beeville trying to get it up the other way. Walker Thompson with a shot. Pano trying to keep it in, though. Beeville, though, get it out of the zone. It'll go off the stick of Sam Siapa. No icing here. Siapa coming out with a zone with it. Through the center, getting a stick left there. He comes around, shot, save made by Finger, and he's able to cover it. .207 left to go in this second period of play. Face off now to the left of Chris Finger. Face off one back by Beeville. Shoot. And it goes wide there. Shot again. Stays in the center. But FM need to get it back towards those boards. Up for Capriati now. He doesn't have much time before Beeville coming in and pickpocketing it there. They'll be forced to take it around the net here. Passing it up for Trevor Sutton. Sutton with a shot. Through traffic there. And it goes wide off the skates of Brian Tonkovich. Beeville coming back out with it. Back up to Sutton. Sutton with a shot. Deflected and saved by Chris Finger. Nico Capriati will get it out of the zone and keep it out of the zone. Charlie Lorraine sending it up for Brady Moore. Moore dumping it in there. And all three of them will go to change. Beeville getting it back into the end of the Hornets. Charlie Lorraine getting it out of the zone there. Lorraine looking over his options, sends it off the boards, though. He gives it up for Beeville. Shot, and it's save made and up into the netting. 1:05 left to go with his second period of play. Is it May or is These minutes going slower and slower. Oh boy, we've got ourselves an entertaining one here. Shame that unfortunately we're not connected. So you'll have to see this in the replay. Beeville with it behind the net here, coming out into the corner. Back up to the point, he shoots, but it goes wide. Michael Duke there shying away from a short hit. They'll get it over from Matt Fawaz. Fawaz back behind the net. Back up to the point man. The point man, though, does not keep it in the zone. Leo Vona will be forced to chase that. Connor McDonald putting on some pressure. And so does Will Sanzone, forcing the hand there. Beeville, though, getting it out of the zone. Gavin Patton will go for that. Trying to stick it away. Sam Siapa, though, getting it out of the corner. Coming around, sending it across. Coming in is Beeville. Shot! And it goes wide of the net. Back for Beeville. Coming out, though, Sam Siapa put a stick on it, but getting it out there was Connor McDonald. And stopping it there was Patrick Morgan. And that'll do it for this surprising second period of play in Beeville. After 2, the score is tied at 1. And oh boy, we have a game. Wow. And that goal from Nico Capriati is a perfect example of the phrase, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. He took a shot and it just found twine. And we'll be back for third period of action here in Beeville, here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Don't go anywhere. This one's a good one. Oh, my microphone is back. It seems as if, well, the connection went down. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. But the aux cord into my headset here was just that little bit unplugged. But, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this year, this winter season, here on the FM Hornets Hockey Network. And you heard it here. Beeville will go on to face the resurgent Cazenovia Lakers. That'll bring an end to the FM Hornets season for the winter of 2021 and 22. For all of you who have stuck with us for these many weeks, we thank you for coming along. Thank you for keeping it here on the Hornets Hockey Network. But do not feel sad. We will be back in the summer for the Skinny Atlas Summer League, where these Hornets will be back at it again, facing off against the rest of the teams of Section 3. We will have it all for you here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Once again, from Baldwinsville and the Three Rivers Athletic Complex, my name has been Rob Finger. Our videographer has been Fu-Mei Tung. Thank you for this year of Hornets hockey. Final score, 4-2, Beeville over FM. Thank you all for keeping it here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Thank you all for watching, and we hope you have a good one.